What's up, guys? Bumper and Kid here, coming to you again. You guys should have known that I was going to talk about this. Uh, there was no excuse to not talk about this because we're talking about one of my favorite, top 10 favorite DC heroes of all time. And we're talking about Black Lightning. I've been a fan of Black Lightning since I was 14. When that was 14, that was when I first read all two of his ongoing series at the time. We all know Black Lightning is one of the first African American DC heroes. Came out in 1977, and we've finally seen Mr. Cress Williams in the costume. So this is basically my thought, my reaction to it, if you want to call it that. So yeah, man, check this out. So you should start seeing the costume, what Mr. Williams is gonna look like to my left or so. First of all, I like the costume. I can dig it. It doesn't look that bad. Not bad at all. The designer, Miss Shannon, I think she did a pretty good job. Miss Lauren Jean Shannon, who's got a lot of credit to her name. You know, she's worked on she's working on the upcoming Jumanji movie, the Jungle Book, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, Blade Trinity, Iron Man. You know, she's worked on a couple of things. So the costume looks pretty good. And it wouldn't be a CWS show if the costume didn't look very Armor-esque. That's probably my own thing, my gripe with it is like it looks very armor plated. But you see the color scheme of, you know, of the classic Black Lightning costume, from the blue and the black and the yellow lightning bolt. Mr. Williams is wearing, it seems like, some kind of goggles. You know, he's wearing like some kind of goggles that I guess would represent more of his domino mask that he usually would. Now, would I prefer the domino mask? Yes, I would have. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers, and being picky, can't nitpick at everything. So yeah, it's cool to see him with that costume. And it is going to be a costume, so I like that. Now, they give us a little bit of synopsis if you checked out the synopsis of the pilot, and I'm here to talk about it for a minute because it basically, I got my wish for the pilot, or in general what this version of Jefferson Pierce is going to be like. So basically, the TV pilot, Jefferson Pierce, has retired from a life as a superhero, only to be pulled back into action thanks to one daughter hell-bent on justice, and the other, a star student being recruited by a local gang. Okay, right there, retired superhero. I was hoping and praying when I heard Black Lightning. I was hoping that he was going to be in the game for a while. He wasn't going to be just first starting out, because when I saw who they chose as Black Lightning, Jefferson Pierce, I'm like, Mr. Williams I believe he's in his 40s. You know, he's up there. He's in his early 40s. So I'm like, yeah, so no way he should be just starting out. So I got my wish with that. A daughter being hell-bent on justice. Okay, right there, I'm blinking. That is Anissa, his oldest daughter, aka Thunder. And I'm thinking maybe her powers are just manifesting, and she knows about it. Maybe her father's passed, and maybe somebody close to her has been hurt, and she wants justice for it. I don't know, but I'm banking on that's Anissa. The other one is a star student being recruited by a local gang. I'm feeling that's Jennifer. So they're who is AK Lightning, who powers probably haven't manifested yet. I'm hoping. That local gang, I'm feeling, is the 100. The local gang that is led by Tobias Whale. That's who I'm feeling will be the main villain of the group of this pilot, and probably if the series get picked up, probably of the whole series in general. Tobias Whale. And for all those who don't know who Tobias Whale, he is basically the DC equivalent of Kingpin. That's pretty much what he is. He's just more of a big fat guy than anything, big fat guy. Than in contrast to Kingpin, who's big, but that's pretty much all muscle. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, the costume looks great. I like it. It looks pretty good. I want to see it in motion. That's kind of what you want to see. You want to see it in motion. How does the actor move in it? How will he, when he throws a punch or throws out his hands like he's gonna, use the lightning and things like that? How's that gonna look? Now, I also want to kind of quote the executive producer, writer, and director of the pilot, and by the name of Mr. Salim Akil, whose works has been with the BET show that stars Gabrielle Union being Mary Jane, and the show The Game. And he stated in a statement, and I quote him, he says, "I knew way too much about the world as a young man, a young boy growing up in Richmond, California. I was no stranger to violence, death, hopelessness, or the feeling that no one cared about what was happening in my life. Comics was a great way for me to escape. I was about 13 when Black Lightning was created. I finally there was a black superhero that gave a damn about our neighborhood, our lives, excuse me. Resurrecting him at the time at a time in our society when a sense of hope is lacking, Black Lightning will be that hope. And in updating the suit, it will signal to a new generation that it's time to harness and release our power and become our own superhero." And he quotes that. I like that quote. That's a good quote because I can testify to that because that's kind of what my father used to tell me. Growing up in the Bronx at a young age, the Bronx, at New York, excuse me, as you know, he used to tell me how characters like Luke Cage and the Black Panther meant a lot to him growing up because, there weren't a lot of black superheroes out there. But here you got these two superheroes out there doing their thing, fighting alongside the very popular white characters. And, it's in a sense, yeah, that's cool and all, and let's be honest, with the CW shows today, superhero shows today, the characters of color in it are mostly solidified as being more of the token best friend. And that's not a bad thing, but you want to see some of them stand out. Hopefully this is one of those characters that will stand out where it's more of addressing social issues as well, because Black Lightning, he's from Suicide Slums, which is the section of Metropolis, which is basically the ghetto. Is like the ghetto version, is the ghetto section of Metropolis. They just showcase Metropolis being this, all regal, all this big modern city, but there is a section of it that is for quote unquote the ghetto. So we're gonna see. Hopefully that's what they're gonna picture, and it's being filmed right now in Atlanta. So hopefully it is in Suicide Slums. Hopefully, in terms of maybe which is it a multiverse, or I'll get into that maybe later. I'll probably do another video on what I would want, or hopefully what this can accomplish, things like that. But in general, the costume looks good. I like it. I'm not hating on it. Hopefully, I just need to see it move. How Mr. Williams is going to move in it. I gave you a little bit of speculation of the sense of what brings him back in terms of his two daughters. Which one is out for justice and which one is out trying to be recruited for a local gang. I've seen the two girls that are going to play Anissa and Jennifer. Very good. And I've seen the woman that's going to play his ex-wife as well. But this could be a good step because we don't get to see, quote unquote, a father who is also a superhero in a general. So hopefully this is really well received. I'm looking forward to it. As a Black Lightning fan that I am, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully it does get picked up. It does get picked up. But as always, I don't want to see CW become oversaturated with just the DC superhero shows. I really don't. But I think room for one more or maybe two more. I'm still hoping for a Superman. Uh, is good enough for me. But other than that, guys, yes, that is my thoughts on the Black Lightning, on the first look of the costume. You guys tell me in the section below, what did you think about it? How do you like it? This is Mom Vernon Kid saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys. Hey, I'll see you guys next time.